again, back again, microphone check, 1, 2, 3. So, as you see, I'm at my old routine, bathe and everything. But I had something I had to say, because one of the guys subscribed to me, and he said, look, OG, everybody is not fortunate enough to find, a woman or, a wife such as yours. And I appreciate the sentiment, I really do, but I can only, look here, man. I don't know how it is to date now in these day and ages, all right, because remember, I'm 64 years old, all right, so everything we used to do was in person. We used to have garage parties, and you meet the girl at the party, and you got a phone number, you called her up, and you talk on the phone, and then you meet up, you go bowling, you understand me, go to the movies, and, it was simple, man. But now you guys got the Bumble, the Tinder, man. So I would be ill-equipped to respond to that video. So, and you know who you're talking about, right? But that's not my channel. I don't do a dating channel. So thank you so much. Okay. Now, main topic I want to talk to you guys about, especially people my age, is how did you prepare to retire? And now that's a catch-10 question, because why you never prepared to retire? I mean, I understand when I see the news, when I see the the media feed about how people lose their retirement, but I can say I didn't know too many people who was just dependent on one source of income. Not the people I knew. I mean, they was self-sufficient as far as that was concerned. I mean, everybody, especially in my community, everybody always had another hustle. Now, when I was foreseeing my retirement, right, I had to keep it on a swivel, because you didn't know how the economy. I had to look at when I first came here. This was in 2008. This is when the stock market had crashed. The economy was going bad. I'm gonna tell you, I was getting, at one point, you was getting. It was like 36,000. No, it was like 38,000 back. To $1,000, right? So like 38 to 1. Then when that economy hit, it went all the way down to 27. So, I had to really start looking at retirement at that point. Oh yes. So, the hustle phase started really kicking in, because I was doing that before I left. I came here, and you start realizing that you're going to need X amount, right? And another thing about retirement is when you start preparing for retirement. Like right now, man, if you brothers are, if you're in your 50s, you're in your, 45 to 50 to 60, look here, man, it's about time for y'all to, try to cover your overhead. Meaning this, you don't want to sit here and die alone, do you? So find you your companion, man. Find you your compatible companion. You know what I'm saying? Use the tricks, man. Don't leave it up to chance. Don't leave it up to lust. Use all the tricks. I gave y'all some of those tricks about the zodiac sign. You know what I mean? Use some of those tricks, man, to find you a mate. All right? Now get rid of that box bill that you would probably have to be spending if you didn't, take care of overhead. you know, and a lot of things like try to pay for your own house, especially when you get older. And you don't want that overhead. You know what I'm saying? You know, especially this. Now check this out. You know they're gonna keep it good the mortgage because you got that property tax, right? So I don't know what kind of, unless you homesteaded it, that property tax is murder. So, best thing I can say is just knock out one of them bills that you can knock out and let that be mortgage or rent. You know what I'm saying? Because when you get older, you can't be renting from other people. You know, they have so many clauses and rules and you know, what if you have to move and you, 85? Now you got to go strung around, you and your wife, you're 85 and she's 65. Now y'all looking for a place to stay. Not because you're homeless, because the landlord decided he wanted to sell the building or, you know what I'm saying? Sell the property. You know what I mean? You're too old to be going through that kind of hassle. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you start getting rid of overhead. You know what I mean? And I would justify that you stay somewhat liquid. Liquid means, to me, you know, you liquid, you're well healed. You're well healed enough ways you can move around when you need to move around. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, so, and you know, and you can sweep up the chips later. But you well healed enough to, you know what I'm saying, move around. So I would say being, you know, liquid, having someone to share your success with, like a wife, that's good, and keeping you good health. Seriously. You know? Like I had mentioned something that probably hurt a lot of my, you know, partners, but it's just statistically known, like I said in my book back here, CROOKWITHOUTACRIME, the first one. What I said in it was, you know, most people get caught in what I said as a 90-mile trap. And a lot of people took offense to it, right? But this is what the 90-mile trap means. I'll make y'all, you know, go to Kindle and read the book. But the 90-mile trap is this. So, as I was saying, like I said in my book, CROOKWITHOUTACRIME. And a lot of the brothers that I was knowing didn't like it because they thought I was talking about them specifically. But I wasn't. And I was just doing statistics. And I said, most people, right, in this 90-mile radius will, you know what I'm saying, live, work, and die within the 90-mile radius of where they were born. Now, some of my folks read it, they got a little offensive, but I didn't mean nothing by it. It was just purely a statistic, you know? And, well, maybe I'm not most people, so, but I didn't mean nothing by it, you know? So, but that, yeah, but there's a whole lot of different, very interesting subjects in this book, which will explain my love for jacuzzi and, yeah, you know, yeah, so, what I wanted to say, I can't. It's too controversial. You might have to catch me on one of these other channels that we have going on. You know, go to the YouTube channel, Glass of Beer. All right, 1, 2, 3. Or go to our other YouTube channel, CROOKWITHOUTACRIME. Right. So, but Facebook it gets kind of delicate. You gotta watch what you say sometimes. Oh, and the last thing, not least, you guys mind your own business. Seriously. Alright, now this is some serious shit. Alright. Look, had to turn on the computer with this. If you guys were to mind your own business, okay, you wouldn't have time to worry about, what the price of stuff is. Alright? That's just a minor adjustment to how you live. There's something in your life you can cut out and still, it ain't affecting you like you trying to put everybody that's on YouTube, everybody that's on Facebook, everybody that's on TikTok about how bad the prices is. Okay? Come on, man. Misery love company. You guys want to be miserable? All right. And this is the time now, especially if you coming up, you're around 40, 45, 50, some shit like that. This is what basically my advice, because I can tell you, I can't tell you how these youngsters do things now. Can you remember, man, back in the day, you guys, we used to have to remember phone numbers. You get arrested, dude, you better have that number in your head. Now, people don't remember phone numbers, Jim. I was watching, this, this is back 10 years ago. Dude, if you had lost your phone, you couldn't remember nobody. That means your memory has been transported into your phone. There it is. You can't remember your bank account numbers. You can't remember your girl's phone number without your phone. Man, you done got it messed up, chick. Well, if you lose your phone, you got to call somebody. You dig what I'm saying? Oh, man. So don't lose your mind. Because sometimes you may think, you know what I'm saying? Because you notice this, man. And y'all got to notice this. Cats that's my age. Y'all got to notice this. Dude, we used to have to remember phone numbers, dude. You hear me? I remember my grandmama's number. I remember my auntie's number. I remember my brother's number. I remember my mother's number. You have to remember phone numbers in your head. And you better keep 20 cents. That's how you got trained. Because that's what it cost back in the day for the public phone. And you better have 20 cents in your pocket. Oh, man. So, I'm a dinosaur, man, when it comes to me giving advice. What I was doing because I knew I had to secure me a wife. I didn't know when, but I knew it because I'm in love with women. I love pretty women. So, therefore, for me to have a happy and fulfilling retirement, I had to find me a compatible, beautiful mate. And I didn't put nothing to the chance. I had to examine who I was and how, I operate and maneuver. I had to examine what kind of woman I was and how she was and how she was going to deal with me. So, the fact of the matter is, we've been together for what? A little bit over 12. But we didn't get married until we lived together for about a year. Yeah. And and it's been 11 years now. 24/7 a day, 7 days a week. I think me and her are starting to look alike. See. Oh, man. But anyway, that's my little short rant of the day. Look here, you guys. If you don't mind, go to Kindle and pick up these books, right? So we can have you'll know where I'm coming from. And you can give me some insight on how people can improve. Because this is just man, you got to read it. That's all. Hey, you guys. Shameless plug. I'm up out of here.